Welcome back to Learning Curves. I'm Anastasia, and this is what my face looks like. Haven't put it in a video for a couple of days, so I thought I'd bring her back, because we are gonna be doing a lot of looking at my machine again. Continuing our series on how to sew. We've learned how to thread the machine, we've learned how to thread a bobbin. This week we are gonna get into some basics of the machine itself, how to turn it on, how to... Valentine's appropriate. How to get electric power to your sewing machine. Presser foot, we're gonna talk about what it is, how to lower it, raise it, and change it on my machine. We're gonna talk about needle position, how to adjust that on my machine. So this will get you more familiar with some of the buttons, and hopefully this will make the pieces of your sewing machine feel less scary and more like, oh, okay, I know what that is. So the very first thing you need to know about your sewing machine is how to turn it on. For this machine, we have a cord that plugs into the side here. A lot of sewing machines have a cord that separates from the machine itself. This separates off to the foot pedal and to a wall plug. So once we have power actually running to the machine, there's a switch, on, off. Easy peasy. Our machine is on, we now have power. So speaking very basically about a sewing machine, I'm going to take this presser foot off. I know they took the presser foot off in how to thread a something video, the threading video. This is a presser foot. There are different types of presser feet. We'll get into that. Down in here, there are these teeth that as the machine is running, they are picking up and moving back. And that is how they are pulling the fabric through the machine. Here's the fabric, the teeth are grabbing it. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? While the needle is going through your fabric, grabbing the bobbin thread and coming back up and forming the stitches, the teeth there are moving your fabric through. And without this presser foot pressing your fabric onto those teeth, your fabric isn't going to really move. So on this machine, turning us around here, this raises and lowers our presser foot. You can see there's not a whole lot back here. So you can very easily feel, without looking, where the presser foot top and bottom is. And then there's this little arm behind. If I just close this arm, just push it in, the presser foot drops. If I push it in, it can also pick it back up. I think it's easier to drop down. I mean, obviously not the whole way because now I can't fit the presser foot in there, but I find it's easier to like pretty closely line it up and then drop it down gently, and then it just drops into place. That's the presser foot. So looking across the top of our machine, we have some settings. A lot of this we recognize from we threaded our machine, right? This guy, we'll talk about this in a minute. This guy, this guy, this guy. That's all threading the machine. So the only things up here we haven't talked about are this hole, this guy, and these three. So this, I actually Googled it because I've literally, by Googled it, I mean I looked in the manual. I've literally never used this, but this increases or decreases the pressure on the presser foot. So maybe if you have a thicker fabric and the machine is not feeding it through as easily, maybe you don't want as much pressure on it, you can lighten up the presser foot there. Tension is going to be how tightly this thread, the top spool thread, how tightly the spool thread is held by your machine. It's numbers. Mine, you can see mine's on 4. I pretty much never change it, but let's see, it goes all the way down to 0, all the way up to 9. You can see that there's a line between 5, 4, and 3, saying that's probably your sweet spot. So my tension's on 4. Needle position, it's this next one. I want you to watch here. There's a center dot here, left, right. The needle itself moves to the left, to the middle, to the right. This is especially helpful when you are sewing on zippers or piping or something where you want to get very close to something that comes up higher, you know, that's not going to maybe fit under your presser foot. Stitch width and stitch length are different. Stitch width is think zigzag, how far apart the needle is moving, how wide apart the needle is moving. And stitch length, this guy is probably the thing I adjust the most. Stitch width, you're not going to need unless you're doing these guys. So let's just focus on stitch length, 1 through 4. The bigger the number, the longer the distance between stitches. So let's do 2. And then go to 4. 4. Notice how much faster it goes through the machine. 2, 4. That's it. I hope that a sewing machine doesn't feel maybe as intimidating now as it might have before. If there is anything you feel like I missed that would be helpful, please put it in the comments and I will include it in an upcoming video. To continue following along on this journey and not miss a video, please be sure to subscribe. And if you like this video, please like this video. And I'll see you next time. Bye. And I did look it up. You know how for computers, the plural of computer mouse is mouses, but the plural of the mammal is mice. The plural of presser foot is feet. So great. Glad we talked about that.